Hey guys, Matt Solon here from Animoca Brands. I'm an ex-Formula 3 and GT3 racer, here to bring you the very first episode of our F1 Delta Time player interview series, where we speak to some of our players and community members about all things F1 Delta Time, REVV, NFTs, and more. Hope you enjoy it.
So hi everyone, welcome to episode 1 of our F1 Delta Time player interview series. It's an exciting day as we're joined by none other than the Speedtek racing team. So friends turned teammates, they've set the timing sheets on fire, both in the regular time trials as well as the elite time trial events that we've had over the last few weeks. Their story will definitely interest many of you, I'm sure. So welcome gents, pleasure to have you.
Morning, thanks for having us.
Cool. Yeah, welcome. So tell me a little bit about yourselves. How'd you guys meet, and how'd you hear about F1 Delta Time, and what made you guys join forces to form Speedtek?
I can probably kick that off. So Bertie and I, or Bertok and I, have been friends since high school. So given that we're fairly old now, that's a long time ago. And I met Kessler because I bought my first racing bundle off him. I lowballed him 0.1 of an ETH from 1 ETH. And yeah, we basically, started communicating and what have you. And then Kessler has the idea of creating a team, which at that point was really just putting tags in front of our names. Then we got Bertie involved because I knew that he'd be interested. And we decided that, we'd start racing together and, pooling our data and what have you to join forces. So that's pretty much how it started.
Awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. Where did the name come from?
Well, Bertie, what was it? Probably 15 or 20 years ago.
This is our second try.
Yeah. So 15 or 20 years ago, it's actually my business name for an IT business. So while I was in university, I started it off, and that was the name. So it was fitting to fit technology and racing, so we used it again.
Yeah, awesome.
Here we are.
Brilliant. I'm sure a lot of people watching this will will relate to that story. I think a lot of them coming into this, whether they're crypto veterans or hearing about it all for the first time. What is it about the gameplay that actually drew you into F1 Delta Time?
Maybe Kessler, you can answer that. You've been around the longest.
Well, I've been around since the crate sale, and I was playing, but it wasn't as much fun since we created this team. Since the team, we had a lot of fun together. We talk about our settings, and we're making fun about who's the slowest and who's the fastest, and it's a lot more fun by doing it in a team. So that's how this Speedtek got created, to have more fun and enjoy,
Yeah, no, that's great. Great to hear. Great to hear that you guys are all enjoying the game and enjoying working together and finding out ways to set up your cars and race them on track. So obviously one of the core elements when it comes to F1 Delta Time is this idea of play to earn, as I'm sure you guys are all very familiar with by now. So if you don't mind me asking, what scale of investment were you actually looking to make into the game with NFTs and REVV, and have you been able to earn from your gameplay so far?
Well, I was able to gain some from the first stake when I earned about 80,000 REVV, and plus we earn a lot from racings too.
So comparing how much you guys have put into actually buying REVV and acquiring NFTs, has the scale been quite different, in terms of what you've put into what you've gotten out?
Well, it's kind of early to say right now because, of course, we probably put a lot more in than we got out at the moment, but this is just the beginning. So we cannot say that, we already got our money back or nothing like that, I don't. That's about me. I don't know about somebody else, but I did put a lot of money to the first season of crates, and by return, I only have that first stat, which I got about 80,000, and about 2 elites, which I got about probably another 100,000 back. So we'll see. We'll go from there.
I think we're all pretty different because obviously Kessler was involved early on. I think it really came on our radar because Birdie let me know that there was the REV project. There's a Nuggets News, a group in Australia, crypto sort of and finance group. Someone had done a write-up on REV as a investment opportunity. So we sort of have a strategy where we tip $100 in on just some low cap sort of projects that we like. And instead of tipping in 100, we went, "Ooh, what's this game?" And then it probably went from there. And I'm probably pretty lucky that we got involved just before the first elite time trial. And after this elite time trial will be pretty much break even and have a garage that's competitive. So we were pretty lucky. I think that it definitely can be done. You just need to be smart about what you buy and not just rush in and buy parts. That you need to buy parts for purpose, not just buy parts because they have cool stats.
And I think you also need to make sure that you're purchasing items, vehicles, and drivers for the tier that you want to operate in. For me and for definitely for Brock as well. We know we're not ultra competitive in the B tier. However, by participating in the B tier, we are able to rank well enough to get a return of REV at the end of the time trial. But where we've sort of focused on or for me, where I've focused on my investment has been at the lower to the mid tier, making sure that I've been competitive in C, and definitely, hopefully, was looking to take out B, which I took Kessler out last night, and I'm sure he's going to be madly trying to catch up this morning before the close of the elite.
Yeah, I mean, like fascinating stories. Like obviously, slightly different experiences, but I think especially with Brock and Bertok, you guys, it's for a lot of viewers watching. I'm sure it's good to know that if you're brand new to blockchain gaming, Rev and F1 Delta Time, that you don't have to actually empty all your savings in one go. And a little goes a long way, I guess, as you've all just heard.
Absolutely.
So on that, how much value do you guys see NFTs having, and what do you think the future holds for digital items and assets and stuff?
I'll let you
I think it won't be long, and everything will be tokenized.
Everything will be tokenized.
On the blockchain. Yeah. So I think it goes beyond gaming. We look at the artworks and things like that, but I'm pretty sure down the track we'll have mortgages and houses and all properties, a whole range of just about every type of asset that has value may well be on the blockchain. So I think it's pretty exciting time, and it's interesting to be in so early, and it'll be fun to see this play out.
Yep, it's very early to say, but sky is the limit. And just like with Sandbox, we hoping to having our first showroom in Sandbox, if that's gonna be possible. Our team it's willing to display their trophies on Sandbox land.
Oh wow, yeah. You guys are invested in the Sandbox as well, have you?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic! That's awesome to hear, and that's some seriously great insight. All part of the ecosystem, obviously all part of Animoca Brands projects as well. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely an exciting time and exciting space, and I think there's no better time to get into it. And you guys that are such early adopters of the whole thing, I think it's really, really exciting. So for all the newcomers watching, what advice or tips would you give someone that wants to join Rev and F1 Delta Time?
What?
I think you go, Betty. You're right.
Go ahead.
Right. I think the main points for us, and we do try and help in that Discord community and so on, is that you don't need to dump a whole lot of money to get started. and not getting caught up in needing all the rarest items, which can cost a lot of money. You need to get yourself educated on and have a plan about what you want to do. Do you want to stake? Do you want to race? What's your budget? All those sorts of things, and that should guide your purchases, not just jumping in. And I did this as well. I wish I had someone to guide me at the start, which I ended up being Kesler after I bought a kit off him, to give you that feedback and guidance, so you're getting, I guess, the most bang for your buck, and not spending money on things that aren't necessarily going to help you with what you want to achieve.
Yes, we always helping the new guys. We have a couple prospects that we call them in our Discord. And they're pretty happy. They're racing. They got on top like in a time, and they're happy, and go from there. And anybody who needs help, they can always ask us, and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously been keeping up with a lot of things that you guys have been sharing and posting in the Discord group. So I mean, you guys have been extremely helpful with all the feedback that you've given some of the new guys joining. So that's another thing to keep an eye on, for everyone that wants to join and wants to get in on the action. Head over to our Discord channel. The community is extremely helpful, and these guys are some of the best as well. So that's obviously some great tips there from you guys. So thanks for that. Well, now obviously you've unlocked the secret to being at the front of these time trials. Is there anything that you want to dive a little bit into regarding how you guys work with car composition side of things? What do you focus on, and how much data have you actually gathered in preparation for the Grand Prix game release?
A lot of data. I'm gonna let the data master talk about it.
So I guess the secret that we found pretty early was that you need to record what you do. There's so many different combinations of tracks and cars and weather and tires and parts and gear, and it's endless. And I think we're only just scraping the surface. So it's about recording what you do. It's like anything, so you can measure your performance and get better. So we kind of took that approach into our pretend racing, and it's really shown some benefit, especially as you come and do tracks again, you've already got setups recorded. So we basically have a database of all our recorded runs that we choose to do. I think we've got about 700 recorded combinations of track, weather, times, tiers, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, we have now built a front end on that, so we can simply select the circuit and the tier that we're racing in, and we automatically get the best times from our team and setups. And we've just started exploring weighting between drivers and cars, because we're noticing, that different tracks, it obviously has different variability. So yeah, we're really sort of focusing on that combination of stats and tires, and seeing what difference tires make in the different tiers, etc. So yeah, it's just time, effort, recording, and analysis, really.
I mean, that's incredible to see, because obviously, with a lot of my experience in the past, I've worked with some of the top teams in the world, and the way you guys have operated over the last few weeks, and hearing that, it really mirrors a real life racing team, and I think that shows the passion that you guys have, not only in the game and with NFTs and REVV, but with motorsport, and the whole sort of, it combines a lot of different aspects of different businesses and the way you guys run things, and yeah, it's fantastic to see. How do you guys plan to keep your standings? You guys have consistently been in the top 5 in most of the tiers that you've competed in. How do you guys plan to stay up there for the Grand Prix game?
We need a holiday. I guess it's just keep doing what we're doing. I think we just have to get better at what we're doing, and I think one thing we focused on in this event was because we're a team and we actually have 3 different garages that are all very different, we learn off each other's times, and because can only put together certain cars based off the garage. So by doing that, we now see, okay, we're missing this from our garage, so that leads us to OpenSea, to hopefully not purchase too many parts, but you're actually really honing down in OpenSea, searching for specific parts with specific stats that have plenty of this and not much of this, and so I think that's where the fine tuning comes. I've got a list of things that I need to complete my garage, where I've been a bit slower for some of the tracks compared to the others. So yeah, hopefully not too much purchasing, but we'll see.
Plus the fun and all the jokes in between, like for the last few tracks when the driver has to be heavier than the car, and then we're making jokes about the driver by being fat.
Yeah, need to get your drivers in the gym and make sure they're eating right, and making sure they're on top of their game.
I hear rowing machines are really good.
Yeah.
Put on the rower.
Yeah, go give Mark Webber a call and see if you can get him to give your drivers some training. But it's clear that you guys have done a lot of homework, and that's fantastic to see. Especially with the Grand Prix game coming out so soon, and we love hearing the thoughts of you guys and our player community. So what's one thing, or what's a few things that you guys are looking forward to with the release of the Grand Prix? Is there anything in particular that you'd like to see in its release?
I think one thing that we've really realised is working together as a team is something of importance, and I think probably if we look at F1 in the real world, it's certainly team based. And I think Speedtek has done really well in opening up a bit of how those teams do work, and showing how working together can really get you on the board. And at the moment, I'm just looking forward to getting a trophy in the Elite.
Yeah, those REVV NFT trophies are beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're the best looking trophies I've seen.
I think for me, so I guess on top of that would be experience point composite. So I think it's a balance between rewarding players who have been around for a long time and making it easy to enter as well. So it's a fine line, but I think having some kind of experience points introduced into the concept, where people who hold trophies, or perhaps based on how many laps they've done, they actually have a percentage variable, a bit like luck, that could sometimes get them faster times than what other people would normally get with the exact same setup. So for me, manufacturer and experience are probably 2 things. And obviously, seeing the gameplay that you showed off last week, that's going to be a whole new world. Now you've got not just statistics, you've got actually skill and timing involved. So that's going to change the game, I think. So we're just lucky that we've done the groundwork and have all that data. So we know that we've got good car setups, and the variable of the actual player is going to be, I think, what makes a big difference moving forward.
Yeah, I mean that's you hit the nail on the head there. I think especially with the full Grand Prix game, there's going to be a lot of skill involved in getting your braking points right, carrying the right amount of speed into the corner. So it's not just about car composition. So I think that's going to add another element to the team. So it's we've seen you guys form over the last couple days and weeks. We've seen new teams formed as well, as I think a result of your success over the last few weeks.
And one of the team is actually, one of the drivers of the second team is actually part of our team also.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that just shows, we're willing to help, people. They're actually other team, Easy Now, team Discord group. Obviously, we're not sharing exact setups and things, but, we're happy to, share some advice and work as a team, for the community, rather than just, focus on ourselves. Yeah,
right. So how does a team like you guys, for example, how do you guys, what's your main function, or how do you guys work together, and what does it take to set up a new team like yours?
Trust. So that's the thing that we have. Obviously, with Bertok and I, we've got 20 years behind us. Yeah, we've got 20 years behind us, so that's already. And obviously, Kesler took a punt on us, I guess, because he was the black sheep, and I think that's really important because obviously money is at stake, and we trust each other, and that's the biggest difference. It's communication, trust, and data.
Yeah, can't wait to see all the teams battle it out. And I'm sure you guys have a target on your backs, and people will be coming. So, all right, I mean, I won't keep you guys too much longer, but I'm sure you've had a lot of requests from players and people in the community to join Speedtek. How many people have you guys been in touch with, and how many people are you currently accepting new entries into the team?
So it's, I guess, something that's constantly evolving, and it's been a bit of a juggling act. Getting people in, and again, it's a trust thing, right? Even for us. So for us to accept, and when we say team, I mean full team members, like the three of us are, where we share everything. That's been a little bit tricky, and we're still open to do it, but it needs to be a two-way street. So we've obviously got some at stake, and so it needs to be something that we negotiate. But as far as the helping the community and joining our team Discord and etc., we've probably had maybe 10 people. We've set up a couple of cars for a couple of people, sold them cars to race in tiers, and we'll continue to do that. And I think it's probably the best way that we can help people is to actually, set them up cars, because until you buy a car and try and put one together, you do not realise the value in a car that, coming pre-packaged for you set up. So unfortunately, it's hard to educate people on that until they already go and do it and realise they can't. But yeah, I think that's the way we'll keep moving forward and trying to pass on some knowledge and help some people out.
Yeah, no, it's great to see so many people in the community reaching out to you guys. Is there anything finally, is there anything you guys want to add or plug? Do a little cheeky plug about the team, or?
I mean, the leaderboard says it all. No, look, I guess just reiterating that, anyone new that wants to come, feel free to reach out. We're happy to help, put together a package. I'm sure there might be a little bit of money in it for us, but it does take a lot of time to put something together. So we're not out there to make money.
The last setup that we sold, we sold it at even price that we invest. We didn't make any money.
But we're more than happy to do that. And I think in the short term, that's the best way that we can help people, is to guide them in their purchases and basically put together packages for them to use.
Yeah, awesome. Well, there you go. Yeah, there you have it, guys. Fantastic insights from you guys, and thanks so much for taking the time to chat today. It was definitely an eye opener for me, and I'm sure it was for everyone watching as well.
All right, thanks for your time.
Thank you, and also we're looking forward for the.
Yeah, look forward to the gameplay and hearing what this new time trial event is.
Awesome. See you later, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you on track.
Yeah. Thanks, Matt.
See ya.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, go hit that like button. If you have any questions or you still want to know more, leave us a comment down below or head over to our social channels. Links are in the description below. Finally, make sure you hit that subscribe button with notifications turned on, as we'll be coming out with more videos explaining key topics and events. Till next time.